Hello everyone, my name is Becky Secher. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video, I'm doing something different. I've got my first guest on the show. Her name is Victoria. I decided to do a few inspirational videos for all international nurses or overseas nurses who are in the UK or are still planning to come around. You need that inspiration in your life. We didn't get that. So today I'm going to be speaking to Victoria. Victoria is someone I've actually trained with in Ghana. I met Victoria in 1996 when we started university, and we trained together, qualified together, and finally we are all in the UK together, and we're in the same city together as well. So I'm going to be asking Victoria a few questions, so stay tuned and watch to the end. Hi Victoria, so how long have you been in the UK?
I think we've been in the UK for about 19 years now.
That's right.
Yeah. About 19 years.
Good. So can you tell us a little bit about your career journey from Ghana to the UK so far?
Okay, well, as you've already said in your introduction, both of us were year group in University of Ghana, so we both studied nursing in University of Ghana, and then when I finished, graduated, I had a job at the University Hospital in Legon. Yeah, so I worked there for about 3 years, and then that was the time that many African nurses were coming over, so I joined the program, and then I ended up in UK. Initially I was in London. It was a company in London that actually recruited us, but when I came, the program was mainly for a nursing home, but my aim was to work within the NHS, so I quickly started looking for places where they were doing what we call adaptation at that time. Fortunately, I contacted a few friends who were already here. Becca was one of them, and then I applied to different parts of UK, and I was shortlisted for interview in Leicester, and then I was successful and ended up in one of the hospitals in Leicester.
So how did you manage to, so currently you are DVT specialist sister. So how did you navigate yourself from band 5 to this level?
Well, I should say it's not been an easy journey. Yes, though, it's been one that I've enjoyed it. I worked on the ward as an adaptation nurse for about 6 months, and then I got my NMC registration. I always had it at the back of my mind that, you know, I wanted to progress. I didn't want to be a general nurse. I really wanted to specialize. Initially, from our background, the only specialty that was very well known to me was diabetes. So I quickly became a diabetic link nurse, just to make sure at least I get myself involved with that. And so I worked after my adaptation for about 2 years on the ward, but I didn't find anything coming around diabetes, and I realized there was an opportunity for me. One day I just went to the job site and I saw this job, DVT specialist nurse's job. To tell you the truth, I didn't know much about it. I know what DVT is, and I know warfarin. That's
Yeah,
about
that's
it. Yeah,
it.
but I didn't know much about it. But I just came home and spoke to my husband and said, "Oh, this is what I've seen. I just want to specialize anything in nursing that I can specialize in." And I spoke to a few friends. Some will encourage you. Some will say, "You've only been here for 2 years. You think they will give it to you?" But I just told myself, you know what? It doesn't cost anything.
That's right.
I've got a job. If I get it, fair enough. If I don't, that's
Doesn't
an
matter.
experience
That's
for
it.
me. Yeah. So I applied for that job, went for my interview, did my presentation, and I always have it in me that when I come, I'll try and tell you what you want to hear.
That's
At the end of the day, one of the questions were, what do you bring on the board as a DVT specialist nurse? And I looked at them and said, I will be very truthful to you. I don't know anything about DVT. But one thing that I'm sure of is I'm a good nurse, and a good nurse can always translate her experience into any other field that you go. So I became a DVT specialist nurse in 2007.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
2007. So that was a band 6 grade at that time, and then I worked for a few years, and about a year or two they actually gave me the opportunity to go and do my prescribing. And so I went back to uni to do my prescribing, and then when I finished my prescribing, there was another course for the anticoagulation specialist course in Hertfordshire University. That was a bit challenging because I had 2 young
children
that I had to leave and go all the way there, but we still managed through. So I did that, and then because that specialty is a nurse-led, you needed all those skills to be able to work autonomously. So after that, I would say it wasn't easy. It was very challenging because you are running a clinic without a doctor, and I wasn't so much experienced in the field, but I committed to it. I did a lot of learning, a lot of reading, and not only that, the nurses I was working with, I sort of availed myself to learn, to pick from them, and that was it. And so I was a band 6 for a few years, I should say. Actually, I've even lost track of it because it feels like it's been
several years, ages now.
And then until the manager that was there retired, and they wanted another manager, and I actually at that point became the sister of the manager there. So I think that was from, I've been a 7 from about 2016, I should say. Something like that.
Well done. So what does your current role involve apart from managing and all that? What else does the DVT specialist nurse do?
Okay, so I would say I'm actually about 75% clinical. The management part forms only about 30% or 15%, not that much. So what we do is, as I explained earlier, it's a nurse-led clinic. So patients will go to their GPs or see their consultants or other places, and they are mainly people who have leg pain or leg swelling, or people who think they may have a clot in their leg. And the GPs will refer them to our clinic. So we are based in the hospital, and they refer them. So as a DVT nurse, your role is to assess them. So you use your clinical, what we call the WELL score, which is a score that nationally we use to find out whether people's, what should I say, their risk to blood clot is high or not. So you assess them, and you get their medical history, their medication history, and all that. And based on your assessment, if they are highly at risk of a clot, then you have to request for a scan for them. So you will request the scan yourself, and if truly they have a clot, then you have to actually prescribe for them.
So you do the prescribing and starting them on
then
medication.
you educate them about what the side effect of the medication, if there are any contraindications, all that they have to know about anticoagulants or blood thinners, and actually even about their lifestyle. So you give them education about that.
Great, that's a lot. It's not easy, but I think she's now a pro in DVT management. So the final question I have for you is, so what would be your advice to any overseas nurse or international nurse who is working in the UK and wanting to progress, or anyone coming as well might be thinking, okay, when I get there and I work after a while, I want to divert into specialist nursing or anything else. What would be your advice to any new overseas nurse?
Okay, so what I'll say is, to the ones who are already here practicing, what I'll say, there are so many areas in nursing that if you are interested in specializing, you can. Don't be put off by what people will say. If that is your aim and you want to do it, there are so many at the moment, so many black and ethnic minority nurses who are in those positions that you can link up with. We are all ready to support and help them, and we can advise you about what to do. So the best thing is having an interest in that particular field, and then not only that, aiming to work hard to achieve. Sometimes you may have to go back to school to do some learning, be prepared for that. And then the ones who are yet to come, I will say that good times, you are in good times, I should say. There are a lot of role models now. When Rebecca and I started, it wasn't easy. I mean, nearly 20 years ago, there were not many black and ethnic minority nurses in management or higher places in the NHS. But at the moment, it looks good. There are a lot of us around who are there and ready to support. So it's about finding which area will be best for you, or which area you are interested in, and then focusing and developing around that area.
Great. Thank you so much, Victoria. And also, as Victoria said, the ability to be ready to learn. You can't just think that you're going to get it on a silver platter. You have to learn. You should be ready to work hard. You would face difficulties, but we have gone through it and we are where we are today. And previously, as Victoria mentioned as well, there was nothing like YouTube where you can go and watch and get advice like this. This is hot stuff. So I'm just being funny. So, feel free to reach out if you need advice, if you need any support, you're not too sure what you want to do, feel free to get in touch. If I need help, I'll get my friend Victoria to also help me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of yourself. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.